What's up guys, Jameson Rubiksguy here. We have Tornadus Therian Forme. I'm going to teach you how to do excellent throws on him. So you may be wondering, what in the world could I teach you? Just be more accurate and throw the ball and hope he doesn't bat it away. Well, there is a trick to it where you can make it so you never miss a throw as long as you're accurate. You can make it so the Pokemon never bats away your ball or dodges your ball. And that is what this trick is about. It's called setting the circle, and you can do it on any Pokemon you encounter. However, it's very useful on raids and Team Go Rocket, where you only have a limited number of balls. Okay, now we've got the secondary angle going. Once again, this is a tutorial on how to set the circle on raid bosses, and specifically for Therian Forme Tornadus. Step 1, give the Pokemon a berry, like normal. Step 2, and this is where the trick starts setting in. You're going to hold the ball down and wait and watch the circle shrink and resize. At some point he will attack, at which point the circle will disappear. We're going to be using that as our tactic to nailing excellent throws more consistently. So what's going on here? When you're holding the ball, the circle normally resizes. However, the circle doesn't resize in the middle of an attack. So you can pick it up and freely launch it during the attack and have the same circle size that you did originally. While we're holding the ball down, we're going to watch the attack animation and figure out when the circle reappears. So it's right after he settles back down. That's our landing timing. So we're going to make it so the ball lands right as that circle reappears, so you know when to throw. So pay attention here. This is where the trick sets in. Hold down on the ball until the circle hits the size that you want to throw inside of. So if you're just starting out, you can go for a great there. Nice is the biggest circle, then it goes great, and then excellent right around the size of his face. So that might be an excellent right there. Set the circle to the size you want to hit the Pokemon with, and let go of the ball at the bottom of the screen. Next, we're going to pick up the ball during the attack and launch it so it lands as the circle reappears. Tornadus goes up and down, so whichever one you feel more comfortable on, but I would recommend starting with the lower side of the screen, since it's a softer throw. However, he is pretty far away, so you're going to have to truck it quite a bit. I have the circle set to an excellent. I wait for the attack, and as soon as the attack starts, I'm going to pick it up and start spinning it. Sometimes that'll happen where he just stays at the top and attacks. But if you care about it, it's all about being patient. Pick it up during the attack and launch it so it lands as the circle reappears. That's the first time I've ever thrown on this Pokemon, so you can tell that the skills are very transferable, and I'm looking through the viewfinder of my phone here. Circle is still the way I wanted it to be, so I don't need to resize it. Bury it again, wait for the attack, pick it up and start spinning it, and launch it so it lands as the circle reappears. You see he did a second attack. That is why this technique matters. If I were just throwing randomly, he could bat the ball away at any point, and I would lose my throw. I wish I had a little bit more throw on him to give you guys another example, but that's how it works. Generally, I pineapple down to 5 balls and then I switch to Goldens because I want the extra candy. And also, this technique is really only useful if you are patient on your throws. If you know you have something happening, you might not want to use the technique. If you know you're going to be hitting lots of raids in a row, don't bother with this. However, if you want every single ball to count, like if you have a really good IV1 on the screen, you definitely want to set the circle and wait, even if you have to miss out on some raids in a raid train. That hundo is worth securing for most Pokemon. Let's take a look at the IVs, 13, 15, 14. If you want to know how to read Pokemon Go IVs, I have a video tutorial up there, and a new one in the works. So, some tips. Always throw curveballs. I don't care if you've never slung a Pokeball in your life. As long as you can hit the Pokemon with a curve, you have a better chance to catch it than hitting it with a straight, great throw. Curveballs can take some time to master, but just start throwing. Decide right now you're going to only throw curveballs. You get an experience boost, and you also have a much higher chance to catch it than with a straight throw. And then you can slowly start shrinking the ball. Remember, as long as you hit it with a curveball, you're better off than a straight great. So you're going to pick up the ball during the attack. Once it starts attacking, you're going to pick up the ball, spin it, and launch it so it lands as the circle reappears. Some common mistakes are people will launch it a little bit too late or too soon. So what that looks like is they will wait for the attack to start, they'll start spinning, and then the attack will finish entirely, the circle will show back up, and then they'll throw. That doesn't work that way. You have to make sure that the ball is airborne while the circle is still gone, in the middle of the attack. So he starts attacking, you pick it up and start launching, you throw it so it lands, it comes around, the circle reappears and bonk, hits him right as it pops back up. Now, you can change the timing a little bit, so maybe the ball's out here when the circle reappears. If you can get it so the ball's right here as the circle pops back up, you reduce the chance of any issues happening. So just bring back the throw time just a little bit, and eventually you'll nail the timing perfectly. Pick it up during the attack, spin it and launch it so it lands, circle reappears, bonk, hits him right then. Additionally, if the circle is resizing after you've done this method properly, make sure that you're doing it properly and you're throwing it during the attack. But if the circle is resizing after that, that means you've thrown it just a little bit too late. So like you've set an excellent, you're following the instructions properly, you waited for the attack, then you started spinning and you launch it just like I say, and it somehow lands as a nice, that means you've thrown it just a little bit too late. Bring it back like a quarter of a second and you should be fine. Additionally, while it is not possible for this Tornadus currently, if you ever get a shiny Pokemon from a raid, and I also believe from Team Go Rocket leaders, Pineapple or Silver Pineapple, shinies from raids are guaranteed catches. Only Pineapple them. It's free candy. As long as you hit it with a ball, you have caught it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please consider subscribing, dropping a like, and leaving a comment. Sorry if I got a little bit rambly, but there's a lot of more Pokemon Go content in the future. One other tip. If you have any Pokemon Mega Evolve currently, you will get an extra candy from catching Pokemon that share a type with it, or from any raid. So Mega Evolve something to help you in the battle, or just do it in general, and you will get an extra candy from the raid boss. Doesn't have to match the type. So in the case of Tornadus, I might Mega Evolve an Abomasnow, so I can get some extra damage in on him. Also, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this technique can be done on wild Pokemon as well. It's not usually that important because you have as many balls as you need, and you can also recall your ball if you're using the quick catch and you're quick about it. So if you want to learn how to quick catch your Pokemon, I have a tutorial up here. This is what it looks like. It cuts your time to catch Pokemon in half to just a few seconds instead of like 16 seconds. But let's take a look and see. Here's how you set the circle on this example of throw. Give it a berry if you want, hold the ball down till the circle size is what you want, wait for the attack. Remember, I'm not holding the ball right now. I've sized it and I've let it go. Now, wild Pokemon attack less frequently as a general rule than a raid boss, it seems. So just be patient if you really care. There's the attack, launch it so it lands as the circle reappears, and there's an excellent. It really is just practice when it comes to making sure you can be accurate with your throws, but this timing technique I'd recommend practicing, and that way when you find a really good IV Pokemon, a legendary that you know you need to capture, you will be confident in your skills. If you want to see me using this technique to catch a 100% IV Mewtwo back when we could still socialize with people, link up there to that capture. And I get a shiny and a hundo back to back. Now, as a thank you to everyone that stayed till the end of the video, I have a speed solve for you. I've been cubing for more than half my life. I'm 31, almost 32, and I started when I was 13, so 18, almost 19 years. I average 17 seconds, and I've been to, I think, 20 cubing competitions around the world, mainly US and some in Canada. Actually, only US and some in Canada. So let's take a look and see. I did a random scramble. You'll just have to take my word for it. I start with White Cross, and let's see just how fast we are here. In a competition, you're allowed 15 seconds to inspect, so that's why I was not counting my time when I'm looking at what to do to start. There's a 17-second solve. I'm content with that. My best personal best is 10 seconds, like 10.08 or something like that. So, if you want to learn how to solve Rubik's Cube, you obviously won't be that fast to start, but I have a beginner tutorial up here where if you spend an afternoon, I can almost guarantee that you will get a solve. I spent a lot of time scripting it to make sure that it was easy to understand for beginners. And with that method, you can get a solve probably in the 1-minute range with enough practice. So I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Practice those excellent throws. Let me know how you're doing on them. If you get the hundo, be sure to brag. Also, follow me on Twitter @Rubiksguy. See you around. Rubiksguy out.